Hello everyone, welcome to this video. This video really accompanies a session I did for Teams Day Online, and in this video I want to take a closer look at the components I described during that session. The session was on Teams governance, including things like data loss prevention, information barriers, but also setting a secure or governance baseline for using Teams. So let's take a look at the components I described in this session. One of the more important parts for your governance plan is how to handle external access to your Teams environment. And external access can be a bit complicated, especially how external access works for federation models where you want to federate with Skype for Business or Skype and Teams exactly, etc. So let's take a look at some of the components you have to think about and which we can show you here in the demo. Well, first of all, over here at the Teams dashboard, Teams admin dashboard, you have within the organizational wide settings, external and guest access settings. So these are the things you're going to want to decide upon. Do you want your users to easily communicate with Skype for Business and other team users in other tenants, for example? Will you be able, or will you allow that kind of conversations to take place? The same goes for specific users on Skype, the commercially based service by Microsoft. Do you want that communication to happen as well? Even if you want to, you perhaps want to add a specific allowed or blocked domain for which people can or cannot establish communications. So this is really important to decide. Please take a note that external access in Teams is therefore different than when we're talking external access in SharePoint, for example. Guest users and external users have different meanings in Teams. So this really is your internal, external access for your employees. Guest access, however, is the way you can interact with guests within your Teams and what options are available for them when they start using Teams. So, for example, the biggest one is, do you want to allow guests for your Teams? And if so, well, this is the option you would go for. Do you want them to have the Meet Now available? Do you want them in messaging to be able to edit their own messages or delete messages? These are tenant-wide settings, so be careful with those. So these are the things you need to consider and to document in your governance plan. Another one you might find over here with the meeting policies and meeting settings, for example. And I'll just go to the meeting settings for this one. For example, the anonymous setting. Anonymous users can join a meeting. This basically says that if you create a meeting within your Teams environment, you can invite whoever you like, and they do not have to have an account or a login to enter your meeting. They simply need a name which they type in, and then they're in the meeting. Yeah, that's sometimes that might be a very nice addition to your functionality, but if you do not want that, then this is the way you have to turn it off. So these are a couple of things you have to consider for your governance plan when looking at external access. So in the next video I will go into other settings for Teams governance, and external access will pop up occasionally. So thank you for now. Thank you for your attention for this video. Here are some links which might help you take your first steps for really doing your Teams governance, and I hope you will be visiting my site again. Thank you.